One thing I called in is about a year ago. I got let go from my job, and I still have a lot of anxiety and fear after losing that. Never had that happen before. Feel like I was performing well, and everybody was surprised that I was getting let go where I was at. It was a total shock to me too, and so still don't know how to move on from that. And I try to work through it, but still hits me every other day.
Yeah,
or every day.
Did you ever get a reason why?
They said it was a restructure, reorg, but it felt pretty personal. A lot of other people in my position or level got let go as well.
So it wasn't personal. It wasn't personal. It was a whole band of.
It felt like it was for me specifically, but I don't have proof on that.
Okay.
And that's kind of something I'm trying to get over, because I did not have a good relationship with that boss at the time. He was fairly new.
Okay. What have you done in the last year?
So I relocated relocated to a different area. Trying to start. We paid off all of our debt, relocated to a new area, cool. And trying to get money saved to buy a house and start our family. That's a good part. But it's just in my current job where I got a new job, I'm trying to work through that still, because I see every little thing. Like if I do something wrong, I'm going to get fired.
Yeah. Here's the deal. I think you're right to feel that. You're not crazy. You're not crazy.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I'm so adamant about people doing whatever they can, even drive crummy cars, even live in smaller houses, rent if you got. I'm so adamant about people not owing other people money.
Yeah.
Because getting fired has two things. One, the research says losing your job can be as psychologically devastating as losing a loved one. And so hear me say, you're not crazy, man. And you're supposed to be anxious about that. If you lost a good friend in a car wreck and you were in that car, you'd be nervous to get in cars and drive for a while. It's just part of it. And so you're right to have your antenna up at your new job. You don't know anybody there. You're in a new area. You're a year out from just getting the rug pulled out from under you. You're right to be nervous. Okay? You're not crazy. I want to go at this, or solve this, if you will, in a couple of ways. The first way is, as y'all are working on it, I want to build in margins. So if and or when this happens again, it's annoying. It's not devastating.
Yeah.
And so having 6 months of your expenses in a checking account somewhere, or a high yield savings account, it just lets you walk a little bit more firm. This boss doesn't get to dictate your life, because you can just say like, bye, dude. And then you only have to deal with the emotional part.
And that's going to be a big stress relief. I think September, I'm working with my wife, but August, September, we'll have the 6 months.
Oh, dude.
Expenses.
I'm telling you right now, that's a major, most people don't understand what a game changer that is.
Yeah.
An absolute stone game changer. That's number one. Number two, is there an old employee there or somebody that could fill you in on some stories or et cetera? Because I do think there's something important about being reflective.
Yeah, I talked to the old employees still. The guy who actually let me go, and a lot of other people who've been there for a long time, he got walked out of the building about 3 months after I got walked out.
That's usually how that goes. Have you
Yeah.
Have you ever, I guess you don't have any interest in going back?
No, I relocated, and
Okay.
I'm actually, there was a couple, I call them God winks, that I got from that. I probably wasn't, I don't know, supposed to be there. I'm in a job that's actually a lot better now.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
And so just still trying to fit in there, but just relocated to, I think, a better area too. And so it's
Excellent.
a God wink, but it's just still an uneasy feeling because I'm not used to, I see that as a failure, not used to feeling like that.
Yeah. So if you had tried to run a big project and you were an architect and you built a building and it fell over and the engineers, everybody did exactly what they were supposed to do, but your design collapsed under its own weight, I would call that a failure.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a closer in Game 7 of the World Series and some guy hit a home run off of you, then you failed in that mission here. It sounds like you were a part of a situation where somebody hired a bad leader, and that leader just started mowing people down, and so quickly thereafter, that leader got walked out of the building. And so I think the fear is less that I'm a failure and more, the world is this shaky. And most of us walk around thinking the world is way more certain than it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's reorienting to, oh man, like you can be working really good and producing for your company and you get the wrong leader and they'll just cut you. Even if that leader gets fired a few months later because the company's like, whoa, what are you doing? You're getting rid of all of our good people. And so there's something about distancing yourself from the character part of it. And I always want to be reflective. Is there something I can do differently next time? One of the most important conversations I ever had was I really wanted a job at the place that I was working. And it was an executive role. And at the time, the president was a friend of mine, and he said, "You're too volatile, Delony. Like, you are a quick mind, and you're a great leader over here, and you take care of all these emergencies across campus. Like, you're amazing at your job, but to come up to this next level, you're too volatile." And I really had to do some soul searching there. I was mad, I had my feelings hurt, and he was right. So I worked really hard to be more still, less anxious all the time. So ask and see if there's anything to be reflective on. And then I guess the last thing I would tell you is start keeping track of every time you get nervous. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And I want you to write it down.
Okay.
Okay? And here's why I'm doing this. You might feel nervous 2 or 3 times in a day, but at the end of the day, when you reflect on your day, it might feel like I was nervous all day.
Yeah.
And actually, it was just a few times when somebody said, "Hey, I need to talk to you real quick." And your heart was like, "Oh, this is it. I'm out. I'm getting fired." I want you to write that down.
Yeah. Okay.
906. And can I just be honest with you? I've never been fired from a job. I've seen the writing on the wall at 1 or 2 places, but I've never been fired. Okay?
Yeah.
To this day, when I get an email that says, "Hey, let's come meet. I need to see you at 4:30. Dude, my heart is off to the races. I got an emergency fund. Like, I got a house that I don't have a mortgage on. Like, I've taken care of my long tails. And I still am like, oh no, here it is. Right?
Yeah.
And I go have the meeting. It's always something funny or silly, or even if it's serious. And then I go to the car and I exhale and say, "Thank you for trying to take care of me, body. I'm okay."
No, that's a good point.
Because here's what I don't want you to do. After a year of being anxious, over time, you start going to war with your body.
I don't want to do that.
Don't do that. Just exhale and say, "Dude, thank you for trying to take care of me. I'm good. I got 6 months of cash in the bank. We're in a new town. This is a good company. They're good people." And if you get nervous, go ask your boss. Tell your boss, "Hey, I got canned and that guy got fired. I might just check in with you. Is that cool?"
I can do that.
Do you have that kind of relationship with your supervisor?
Yeah, I do. He's a lot better.
Dude, if you could do that and just be like, "Hey, I'm going to check in every once in a while. This is my drama queen real quick." I bet your boss will be like, "That's fantastic. Like, I love that kind of relationship with one of my leaders." That makes sense?
That makes total sense, yeah.
And if you want to be a super gangster, write your boss, your ex-boss, the one that fired you, write him a letter. Don't mail it. But write him a letter and tell him how mad you are and tell him how you altered his life, how he altered your life, and then tell him, "And by the way, it has all worked out better than any of us could have imagined." End the letter with, "You no longer get to live rent-free in my chest. Bye. I wish you well." And there's something about that exercise of letting that anger and rage onto that paper, followed by, "I'm moving on and things are better than I could have imagined," and ending it with, "What am I going to do now? You no longer get a vote in my life. You had your vote."
Good, yeah.
Does that sound cool?
That sounds good.
All right,
I tried to have a funeral for my job and
Yeah.
everything, and then I couldn't let it go still.
There you
And
go.
I think it's just, I don't want to have that cortisol pumping all the time.
That's right.
I just want to I'll work on this.
Yeah. And there can be silly things like making sure you sleep, making sure you eat, making sure you're out moving around and going for walks and things like that. I mean, all that stuff's important. And sometimes that when you get anxious, you might find yourself scrolling a lot more, staying up later, watching a movie and then another movie, or playing video games, whatever your drug of choice is, having a drink and then another drink. And so it's always good, brother, always good to step all the way back and look at your life. Hang on the line. I'm going to send you a copy of Building a Non-Anxious Life. It's my number one best-selling book. I'm going to send it to you for free. And I want you to just use it as a roadmap. Having a funeral is awesome, but you also have to deal with the executioner. And writing that ex-boss a letter and just saying you're out. Like, you did your worst. You messed up the year of my life. We moved and whatever. And it has worked out incredibly well. And today is the last day you get to be in my life. And then just start writing down when you have those attacks. I'm feeling like it's all coming down. Oh, it's not. And then, hey, boss, my last job was real janky, the leadership. And so I'm going to come in and just touch base with you every once in a while because I'm a little bit paranoid. And hopefully your boss is a great person of integrity and he'll smile or she'll smile and say, of course, anytime you check in. I want you to feel safe here because we're glad you're here.